Welcome to Iceland, where the universal model is discussing GeoTour in central Iceland. And here behind me is a slew of geysers and hydrothermal type vents and many other minerals that are exciting for us to learn about. Right down here we can see some sulfur, the yellow material, coming out of a vent, and the sulfur is coming from microbes. Researchers have only found in the last 2 decades that actually all these types of minerals are coming from microbes, especially ones that are ores that are found in the ground that we get our metals from, are actually from micro-organisms. So what's real exciting here is, first off, we can see the steam over here. There's a hot, boiling gray mud over here, which is coming from a hydrothermal vent. These vents, this entire area we're in here, is volcanic. But what is causing this heat? This is something in geology that has never been easily explained, because heat is inside the earth is supposed to come from magma. But the universal model has found that this is a false theory taught as fact. Heat is actually coming from fault lines that are rubbing in gravitational friction. This gravitational friction occurs sometimes, like here, continuously. That's because the Earth's crust is moving every day, every 24 hours. Here in Iceland, it's going up several inches. Down in America, it's going up about 1 foot and 2 feet on the equator. This constant movement is called Earth tide, just like the ocean tides going in and out. And this is causing the constant movement. When we get it built up in a big slip, then we have an earthquake. And this heating, constant rubbing, is what's giving us all this heat. We don't have radioactive materials coming out of the earth. Matter of fact, nothing in nature, even uranium ore, is not radioactive. It's not hot, okay? There is radioactivity coming from it, but you can hold ore in your hand and it's not hot to the touch. So in nature, the only place we're getting heat from, including all the other planets, the largest volcanic flow in the whole entire system is on Io. This is a planet of Jupiter, and on Jupiter. This is a moon of Jupiter, and the exciting thing about Io is literally its crust is going up and down about 100 meters every day. This movement going up and down, its day is only 7 Earth hours, and this constant going up and down is causing heat that is so large and melting so many rocks and minerals on the surface that a satellite can look down and see the lava flows coming. You can't do this on Earth. There's nothing here that's moving enough friction and creating enough lava flow. So this is on a completely different planet. We find, and researchers, by the way, acknowledge this is tidal friction that's causing this heat. And we talk about this in Universal Model, universalmodel.com, a new Millennial Science, where you can go and learn all about this. Over here, you can see throughout the field here, there's thermal vents, and what we have happening here is underneath the ground, the earthquakes are very small. They can't be felt right now. They're actually called silent earthquakes, about a 1 or a 2 on the Richter scale, and this is what's continually causing the heat to come out. And so we can actually see this. This is, by the way, something that is similar to where our cumulus clouds come from. When you have a cloud in a desert and all of a sudden it appears out of nowhere, where did it come from? It didn't come from an ocean. It didn't slowly evaporate from any large body of water. It comes right out of the ground in a fissure, and usually we can't see the steam, but once it gets up to a certain level and it's been cooled or lower pressure, then we have a cloud forming. And this is something we can actually see right up here on the hills. We can see steam actually coming out of these hills, and there's so much water vapor coming out that we can actually see it here. But after it goes up a little bit, it just dissipates. So anyway, those are the clouds you see coming up there. Most of these are also hydrothermal clouds that are coming from areas on top of mountain ridges where there's a lot of water vapor coming up. This is all documented. Actually, there's a researcher that's through earthquake clouds looking down at satellites has been able to predict very large earthquakes that take place around the world. This and many other discoveries are found at universalmodel.com in Volume 1 called The Earth System, where we talk about a new millennial science.